What's up, everyone? Dan here, Crypto Capital Venture, December 28th, 2019. I hope you're doing well. In this video, I'm going to talk about Litecoin. I know I've been covering Bitcoin a lot lately, and I want to jump into the charts and first explain why that is. So many people are like, Dan, you don't cover Litecoin anymore. What happened? And I say over and over again, it's time to watch Bitcoin. It's very simple. I still own Litecoin, but it's time to watch Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin. So in the cycles of Bitcoin, where we are right now, we are kind of right here in terms of the charts, right? So what's getting ready to go, what's getting ready to happen for Bitcoin is it's going to go into its next halving. It's really as simple as that. That's why my eyes are on Bitcoin more than Litecoin. And in terms of Litecoin had its time to shine. Everybody remembers 500% plus gains not long ago going into its halving right here. And now I'm likening where we are right now, right, moving forward to right around here. A lot of consolidation, a lot of sideways trading, and a lot of Litecoin not competing as strongly against Bitcoin. And that's the bottom line. It's not a bad thing. It's just not Litecoin's time to shine right now. So let's look at it in a realistic way. That's kind of what I want to do. And speaking of Litecoin, though, I want to throw this out there. Litecoin is at $43 right now. And it seems, especially if you entered in the all-time high when Litecoin's closer to $400, it seems kind of down. It seems kind of, wow, price is so low. But I want to remind you, this time last cycle, Litecoin was trading in the $3 to $5 range with a swing high of $5, $6. So this time around, we're trading sideways in the 40s. So if you can anticipate the next bull run, if you can anticipate the next altcoin bull market, alt season, as many say, you can imagine what Litecoin's potential is to the upside, right, from the 40s. So I just want to throw that out there. But going over to the daily chart, I did want to do a quick just technical analysis and really just track where Litecoin is and what I've been watching. I do watch Litecoin still. I just don't do videos as much. Litecoin on the daily chart kind of paints a picture since it's halving, right? And since that last swing high that we had in the 140s, here's the Litecoin halving right here. We've consolidated tremendously with lower lows and lower highs. And now we're all the way down $100 from that swing high. It's crazy to think about. But one thing is for sure. I think Litecoin has potential for swing highs and swing lows still. So especially if you're trading, I think now is a nice season to trade Litecoin. If you want to be in and then out of Litecoin, there's a lot of potential for gains, as there were back in that last cycle, right? So let me just kind of scroll back here. That last cycle here, where Litecoin was kind of trading sideways, there was still a lot of potential for short-term gains as we consolidated back down, short-term gains, consolidating back down, right? So same thing here, I believe. Litecoin has a potential for that. But right now, in terms of patterns, Litecoin, just like Bitcoin right now, some don't agree with me, but in this potential head and shoulders, right? So this is what we're looking at for potential downside. Litecoin going into the 20s, right around $25, very much could happen, right? But I do want to point out on the weekly chart. So let me just cruise over to weekly real quick. Let me minimize that a little bit. Litecoin is very nicely oversold on the momentum oscillator. So if you draw your eyes down here towards the bottom of the screen, it's oversold. And in my opinion, historically, on the weekly chart, that is just one of the best indicators to look at. And Bitcoin is too, in terms of accumulating, in terms of buying the dip, buying the fear. So Litecoin has consolidated greatly since June and since summer, and now oversold on the weekly. Litecoin's beginning to really look like a strong buying opportunity, even for short-term gains. Even if we consolidate back down to the 40s, there's a lot of potential for short-term gains. So on the daily chart, once more, here's what we're looking at. Yes, there is potential. We track Litecoin recently tested the neckline of this head and shoulders. Oftentimes we see it revisit and finally break. That's potential, right? But on the upside, I'm also watching this falling wedge that we've had since summertime, since July, right? So let me just create a new line here. This really illustrates the lower lows that Litecoin has had. And then here's the upper trend line, right? The swing highs that Litecoin has had. And a breakout target for this is back into the 80s or so, right? So this could be one of those scenarios where Litecoin sees some nice gains. It's a nice trading opportunity. So from where we are right now, I mean, we could be looking at almost 100% gains for Litecoin. On anything you're trading, 100% gains are extremely awesome, right? I don't think anybody would argue with that. So there's a lot of upside potential for Litecoin. But if we did get a move like that, I would anticipate Litecoin to kind of come back down and see a lot of volatility, very similar to what it did in this channel in that last cycle as Bitcoin was heading into its halving. This is the Litecoin chart, but here is that Bitcoin halving of 2016, right? So a lot of volatility for Litecoin. I'd anticipate something very similar. So you can enjoy some gains, but also enjoy some dips as well as Bitcoin does its thing and kind of cruises into its next halving. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. I just did a video on Bitcoin, the potential for a $6,400 floor, still in play since we talked about it in October. It's a good one. Go check it out. All in all, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'm very curious. If you're here right now, you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button on your way out. I really, truly appreciate you. I pray that you have a beautiful day, a beautiful weekend, and God blesses you.